Welcome, everyone, to this week's Cougar Chat. I'm Father Joe, the chaplain here.
I'm Mr. Stolpa, Dean of Intellectual Formation.
And we'll start off with some updates about things going on this week. This is the part where this is all pre-recorded, right? So then now we pretend that we just got back.
Yes, it's all pre-recorded.
We got back from spring break and act like it just happened.
Yeah, today is Monday,
so
April 8th.
tell us, Stolpa, how was your spring break?
Oh, it was exhausting. I did all sorts of things that if we edit this part here and have like airplane zooming noises. No, I'm not going anywhere. So I'm trying to find all the projects that I can do around the house. I did all the projects I had to do, and it was cold, and so I didn't just sit around and eat Cheetos all day.
That's useful. At least you got something done. I'll be going on the mission trip.
You're going to Alabama, right?
Yes.
Driving.
Yes, a lot of driving. We'll get lots of work done. Last year, I got so badly sunburned. I looked like a tomato when I came back. So I got to remember to put on sunblock on the back of my neck while we're out there
When
working.
you drive, Father, do you get to control the radio, or do you?
Yes. No, I control all that. I don't
What
let them touch
What
it.
do you like to listen to? What's your driving music?
I have like a playlist of just like 90s alternative rock that I listen to. Sometimes
Radar
I put
Love?
on, no, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Oasis. And,
Father!
Yeah.
What's
See,
your favorite-
my older brothers are your age, so I grew up listening to all this kind of music that you guys like, and that's just sort of nostalgic.
What's your favorite Oasis song?
I don't know, maybe Morning Glory is like their famous one. I also like listening to Boston. They're
Boston.
fun. When I was a little kid, my favorite song was Peace of Mind.
Ah,
Boston.
yes. Good
Yep.
choices, Father.
I was actually visiting a seminarian once. His dad was a farmer in Minnesota, and he was a huge Boston fan. And he actually there's like a particular amp that the guitarist made himself. He was an MIT graduate, a very smart engineering guy, and he had that amp. So he could do
really?
all the guitar solos, and
Wow.
it sounded exactly like on the actual studio albums. It was pretty sweet. Anyway, so yeah, spring break was great. We're officially in the Easter season, so we're allowed to say Alleluia again.
I know we've all missed that.
Yes.
Whenever the mass changes from what we're all used to, it throws everyone off, and so it's always good to know that we're returning to the normal.
Yep.
So I don't get confused anymore.
Yep. And I did want to let everybody know that there is a funeral for one of our school families this week. So on Thursday, April 11th at 11 a.m., there'll be the funeral for Shirlene Hauser. So they want to support the Hauser family in this difficult time and have a good showing there. I know we'll have a lot of students coming. A lot of staff will be there. So just wanted to put that out there.
That'll be at what time, Father, and where is it going to be?
11 a.m. on Thursday, April 11th at St. Martha in Okemos.
Other things going on. We are fast approaching prom season. I know the girls are getting excited to get their hair done. We'll talk to Sarah about her hair very shortly here. But those tickets are on sale at lunch all this week, $80 for a single or $150 for a couple. So just go to the table at the front of the cafeteria that says prom tickets. That should be your indication that that's where you buy the prom tickets. They have some fancy lights up there. In addition, 10th grade, you will have a casual dress day on Thursday, April 11th. This is only for 10th graders. What contest did they win, Father?
I have no idea.
Dang it. I was hoping that someone
I
did.
was about to ask you that. What is this about?
I had an email
dress
from Miss Wilcox, and I think it was for NHS for their fundraising. I think they raised the most. We're just going to say that and hope that's correct, and Miss Wilcox will correct us if we're wrong. So
Well,
there we go. Did you ever go to prom, Father?
I don't know if I want to tell this story. So I was homeschooled, right?
What else do we do here, Father? All we do
And-
is tell stories.
I was homeschooled. So there was a homeschool prom that I went to when I was like 15. I was going with my older brother.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was about everything you could imagine it would be.
Girls on one side of the barn, the boys on the other.
There was some commingling. I just remember being so nervous because in addition to being homeschooled, I was only 15 and like had never been to a dance like this before. And then I went
or talk to a girl.
No, we had church dances. We used to do English country dancing, and I would dance at those all the time. Those were fun because that was like low bar, easy entry point.
Father, if you had to rank the levels of dances you went between church dances and homeschool proms, is there like a playground mixer as well that you would throw in here?
I don't know.
I also want to throw something out there to the audience. I want some help. So I've been watching Pride and Prejudice with my wife lately.
Okay.
The 6-hour version with Colin Firth. And the part that amazes me is like the dancing that they do, you know, where they line up and they do these Jane Austen country dances. I would like to do that with our school. I would like
See,
to
that's
do,
what our church dance were, English country dancing.
I would
nights. It
like
was
to do
fun.
that. I would like
It was
my Rojinka.
easy dance moves. You could pick it up real
Yes,
fast. You had the
and-
guy like calling out the moves from the stage.
Yes, and everyone kind of bows and they walk
Yeah.
around each other, and there's not a lot of.
I
The whole thing is awkward, so there's no other awkwardness for it.
I remember going to those, and there were guys who couldn't even do those dances.
Well,
I was
yeah,
like,
you-
"Come
you-
on, man! If you
everyone's
can't do
stiff
this,
as a board.
you're not going to be."
English gentlemen are not known for their moves, I
But-
think, and
yeah.
so you have to keep that hat on, the top hats. They have to keep the top
Yes.
hats on. So anybody out there who knows how to do Jane Austen English country dancing, I don't know the actual name for it, please get in contact with us at the show so
Can
we
we-
can arrange this.
When we arrange it, can we call it the Stolpa dance?
No, there are enough things at the school named after me that usually lead to broken ankles.
So I also went to the prom dance my senior year, but I was in the band. My garage band, it was called Joe's Basement, was the live band. And I remember we had to submit our song list ahead of time to this board of like school moms to approve them. And
What
that
song
was-
did you play at the audition?
I don't know. We didn't audition. They just knew about us and wanted us to play at the dance, but they wanted to know every song we were going to play. And there were a lot of songs that got axed. I was like, come on, like you're not going to let us play anything. So that was my my senior prom, was being in the band. It was
This
fun.
was an excellent segment, Father.
Yes. All right, enough of that. Let's talk with our guest today. We have Sarah Hicks, one of our seniors. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Sarah,
Well,
today.
let's stick with the prom theme here, Sarah.
Yes.
We don't even have to talk about your date. We don't even know about your date. But do you already have your hair appointment and do you have your dress picked out?
I have my dress, but I do not have my hair appointment.
What was the process for getting your dress? Did you just go into the stores or do people do it online now?
People do a mix. I went into the store with my friends and I was kind of like, oh, I probably won't find my dress. And then I tried on a couple and I was like, oh, I kind of like this one. And then I just bought it.
What is the local prom dress establishment?
There's two main ones. So there's Fantastic Finds and then Piers. So I went to Piers this year.
Fantastic Finds and Piers. If you want any more free advertising, contact us.
Yes.
We would be happy to talk to you more about your prom dresses.
And what are you doing for spring break?
I'm going to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with my friends. So it'll be very
nice.
fun. Yes.
Have you ever been there before?
I have not, but it's going to be really hot. So I'm excited.
Have you already looked at the temperature?
I have. Very hot. Like
Very hot. That's the
80,
80?
82.
That's not very hot.
Yeah. Oh, well, the UV is like 12.
Is that
So-
high?
Yeah, I'm going to get burned. It's okay, though.
Bring your sunblock.
Bring your
Yes.
sunblock, yes. Are you staying on the water?
Yes, we are. We're staying in this resort right on the water.
Is it all inclusive?
Yes.
Very nice.
Very fun.
I have a buddy from college who went, I don't know if it was Dominican Republic, it might have been some other place, but he wanted to go on a catamaran, a little sailboat. And here in the U.S., I've tried doing this in Florida a few times. They have all these rules. You have to like sign a waiver and they bring somebody with you and it's kind of tedious. But if you go to other countries, they're like, yeah, you can take the boat out.
Wow.
So he starts sailing across this bay and has no idea what he's doing. And his wife is with him. It's like, well, hopefully we make it back from our honeymoon. And
Are they still married?
yeah, they made it. They didn't die out there that day, but he said it was a little, didn't have quite the same safety procedures out there as here
Now,
in the U.S.
Sarah, you are a senior, correct?
Yes, I am.
So this is but you are kind of like a legacy kid. Didn't your older brothers come here?
Yeah, so my older brother graduated when I was a freshman, and then my dad came here, and my two uncles, and then my grandma went here when it was the old school. I don't remember the name.
Lansing Catholic Central? Or
Oh, before that.
way before
Like a
that.
Rafferty?
Way before that. Yes.
Gabriel's? Wow.
Wow.
That's going
Yes.
way back.
Yeah.
So growing up, did you come here for football and basketball games? Like, were you always kind of aware of Lansing Catholic?
Yeah, so I would come to basketball games and football games, like hang out with my friends, like in middle school, and I always had like the Cougar stuff on. And then I went to St. Thomas, so I kind of knew I was gonna come here. And then like when my brother was in school here before me, I would come and like watch his games and stuff. So I spent a lot of time here.
What was the difference when you came as a sibling versus as a student?
It was kind of funny when I would see my brother in the hallways and he'd push me around because he was a senior
what
and I was a
brothers do.
freshman. But I liked going to school with my brother for a year, and then I was kind of sad when he graduated. But then I've obviously had like 3 years just like by myself. It's different, but it's fun. I like it, and you kind of get to just like meet new people and just live your life.
Did any teachers ever worry because you are your brother's sister?
I have been asked, "Oh, you're Andrew's sister," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's me," because people don't guess that we're siblings because we don't really look alike.
Okay.
But then when they find out, they're like, "Oh, that makes sense." So
And do you have younger siblings, or are you the last one?
no, it's just the two of us. I'm the youngest.
Okay.
So you are a senior. It's April when this will air.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you have plans for next year.
I do. I'm going to be going to Michigan State studying accounting. And I applied to a couple other schools, some southern schools because the weather's nicer. But
Which southern schools?
Ole Miss, Kansas, and Arkansas. It's kind of a
Kansas,
unique.
I wouldn't really classify as the South.
Well, yes, I meant the other two.
Okay.
Or the South.
Okay.
Yeah.
More southern than here.
Yeah. Still warmer.
I don't know if it is. Barely.
Kansas, it's a little bit.
Just a
more
little
south.
bit.
Just a
We have
little
to pull out
bit.
a map here and settle this.
We need to upgrade our podcast studio. If there's any map companies out there who want to be sponsored and give us free maps, we would need a couple. So accounting, what led you to accounting?
My dad works in business, and then my brother is doing accounting at Michigan State as well. And I knew that I wanted to do business, and my dad kind of guided me in the direction of accounting because I think it would be open the most doors and be the most beneficial for me.
Are you sad when you consider the end of your Lansing Catholic career, or are you happy, nervous that you will no longer be a current student? You will be forever an alum.
It's a little bittersweet. It's kind of sad to think about like leaving my friends behind, and this is obviously all I've ever known. But along with that, it's like excitement about like college and moving out of my house and meeting new people.
So, what are some of your highlights from your time here at Lansing Catholic?
Maybe your speech and rhetoric class.
Yeah, maybe my sophomore speech class with Mr. Stolpa. That has to be a highlight.
That was
But-
unprompted too. We'll edit the part out where I say that.
I've enjoyed every lacrosse season I've spent here, so that's my main sport. So starting as a freshman, I really got into that. The past 2 years have been very fun, being like an upperclassman and kind of leading the team a little bit more. I've liked going to all the football games, all 4 years out in the cold, the championship game, countless basketball games, and kind of just meeting people and hanging out with my friends that I met here.
Well, Sarah, it's been you and I kind of chat a lot in the hallways, and it's been a pleasure to have you in the halls, in my class, and on our podcast. So thank you for taking the time to come out and do this.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sarah. How about we switch to our mailbag? We actually have a question there. Do you want to read it for us?
When can students be dropped off and picked up, and where do they go if they are dropped off early or have to stay late?
Ooh, that's a good question, Father.
Yes.
I'm glad it was submitted.
So there's kind of a lot of little details in answer to this question. So first of all, our building opens every day at 7 a.m. So students can come as early as 7 if they want to. And what do they do if they're here early? Typically, they go down to the cafeteria where they can hang out, they can do homework, they can read or just talk with their friends. And then at the end of the day, school ends at 3:10, and the library is open. Let's see. How late is the library open? Until 4 p.m., so they can hang out in the library to do homework until 4. If
you get here at 7, Father, is there breakfast options available?
There is breakfast available in the cafeteria. That's at 7:30 or 8:30 on Thursdays with late start, and that's available for the students to purchase. I didn't even know about that until like a month or two ago. I was like, we have breakfast here?
Yeah.
How have I missed this? I love breakfast. So yeah, they can come to the library after the school day, stay until 4, or the cafeteria is also open until 4. But at 4 p.m., we close the fire doors in the main entrance area, which means everything is locked down except for the lobby area. So if students are here after 4 p.m., then they have to just stay up in that front lobby area until their parents pick them up.
And Sarah, when you have practice, what time do you usually have practice?
5:30 to 7:30.
So do you usually go home? Do kids stick around here? What do people do if they have practice at 5:30?
Personally, I go home because I can drive and I don't live too far away. But I know some like underclassmen, freshmen will stay here and they'll like get their homework done in the cafeteria or sit in the lobby. I go home, change, have a snack, and come back around 5.
Very good. So you could either go home, but not to Sarah's home, or we have those tables set up out there, out in the lobby that you can sit at, and you'll be safe there.
Well, that's all we got today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to listen to our podcast every week to get all the latest at Lansing Catholic. I'm Father Joe.
And I'm Mr. Stolpa. Thank you to the bishop for this day off.
That's right, Bishop's Day off. We'll see you next time.